Fear of missing out. A lot of people have this feeling. It's basically where you think that everybody is living their lives and you're just sitting at home and watching a YouTube video and not doing anything with your life. Maybe you think that you don't have a girlfriend and you go outside and you see people with girlfriends and you just get jealous of it. You just think that look at everybody and look how happy they are. Look how people are socializing. Look how people are having the time of their lives. And look at what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything with my life. You feel like you're missing out on life. And I'm going to be honest with you. If you have this feeling, you do, but not in the way that you think. The reason why you and a lot of people feel that is because you guys have no direction. You guys basically have no lives. You don't live your life the way you want to live. You don't live your life in a structured, nice way where your wins will like gradually compound over time and you will start to have better life with time. Like let's say with every 3 months, every 6 months, you start to have an upgrade in your life. You don't live your life like that. You live your life in a generic way. You don't got much going on with your life. You basically have bad habits as hobbies, like watching the sports, like eating junk food, like playing video games. You go to school or go to work and you come back and you do nothing with your life. You don't train. Maybe you work out, or maybe that's the only thing that's going on with your life. Or maybe it's just your studies. It's actually not much of a thing at all. If you study, if you work hard, it just doesn't scratch the itch in your brain. The thing is, when you live with no direction, when you don't got much going on with your life, even if you got like one or two things, even if they help, that's not it. You need something more. What you need is a direction. If you don't have a direction, you'll always feel like you're gonna miss out on life, because you probably are. And if you don't know what to do with your life, if you don't know where you want to go with life, and you just like go with the flow and not have much going on with your life, you are missing out. Maybe, just maybe, you have fun over and there, and that's it. Your regular days are not actually that meaningful and are not actually that fun. That's why, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna sit down and you're gonna think about what kind of life do you want? What kind of man do you want to become? You're gonna open up a notebook and you're gonna write these exact questions. What kind of life do I want? What kind of man do I want to become? Write them and just sit down and think about them. Just sit down and look at that blank piece of paper and just brainstorm about it. After a while, and maybe you will start to realize certain stuff, maybe that you were ignoring without even knowing that you're ignoring. But you got to do this with like no TV on, no phone on, like turn your phone or like leave it in the other room. It's fine. Just don't look at your phone, don't look at your TV, don't look at anything. Just sit down and look at that blank piece of paper and the answers will come. Definitely something will come. When you think about that, stuff will come into your mind and you will start to develop your direction. And when you have direction, you will have goals. What are the things that you want from this life? What do you want to achieve? Do you want a great body, a great girlfriend, a very nice quality life with very high paying, respectable job? You will have multiple goals when you have direction. And let me tell you something, if you already have direction, then it's great. You don't need to do this step. You're already far ahead. Okay, let's say you want to go into that university, you want to start studying, but you just can't study. Let's say you want to have a nice body, but you're not working out yet, and it just looks heavy. Let's say you want to learn a new language, but you haven't started to do anything whatsoever. Listen, there is a principle, and that principle goes with everything that you want to do. If you want to learn a new language, if you want to study, if you want to work out, if you want to do anything, but you haven't started yet, you lower the bar aggressively, okay? You start taking very small steps, but those steps need to be so small that it's impossible for you to ignore even in your worst day. That's what you need to do at first. So let's say you want to work out. You need to do 1 minute of workouts every day from now on. Just 1 minute. You start doing that every day and it becomes impossible to skip because it's literally just 10 seconds. When you compound that over like a few days, over like a week, you start increasing that number very slowly. You start gradually increasing super slowly so that you will build up a certain tolerance. That tolerance gets stronger and stronger and you form a new habit just like that. You make it impossible to fail even at your worst day. Consistency beats intensity. So consistency is the thing that you need to have. It's a must. And that's how you build consistency. If you want to learn a new language, you start with 1 minute of studying every day. It's like that. And you do that with like 2-3 habits that you want to do. Like it works like this. You start, you do a little bit. And if you feel like it, you'll do more. You won't push it to the limits, but you'll just like do more. Even if you don't do more, it was like enough. Even if you don't do more than 1 minute of studying, it's fine, because that was your mission and you already did your mission for that day, so you can rest easier that day. Now you might be thinking like, that's not going to do anything for me, and you might think that you're better than that because of your ego. But if you were better than that, you would already be doing it. If you're not already doing anything, so then just be quiet and do this very small step. Take very small steps. That's how you build consistency. That's how you build habits. You do it very slowly, and then it forms a habit like that. Remember again, consistency beats intensity. It really is up to you to how little are you going to start with. Are you going to start with 1 set? Are you going to start with 10 seconds of push-ups? Are you going to start with 3 push-ups? It's up to you. Just grab onto something and never let it go. Now here's the juicy part. You remove your bad habits, because imagine you have a dead weight on top of your back and you're chained from your legs. How are you going to win like that? A lot of men have very bad habits. They eat junk food. They waste their time with YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. They just watch like useless stuff on TV that's not gonna help with their life. That are like making their situation worse, because then you're just like wasting your time. And your time is the most precious and valuable thing that you will ever have. So when you have like 4 or 5 bad habits, of course you're gonna feel terrible. Of course you're gonna feel like you're missing out on life. Of course you're not gonna be at the place where you wanna be at. So you gotta stop these habits as best as you can. Same way we did with the good habits. When you gradually increase them over time, you're going to gradually reduce these over time. You're going to remind yourself how harmful it is, how harmful it is to eat junk food, and how bad you feel afterwards. You do the same thing with like jerking off. You do the same thing with like wasting your time on animes, with YouTube, with TikTok, with doom scrolling like that. You always remember how harmful they are. And then it's easier for you to quit over time. So when you remember how harmful they are, and when you start doing these good habits, you start to build up your identity. And your identity becomes someone who lives his life in a quality way, who chases his dreams. And when you develop that identity, and when you keep reminding that identity to yourself, I'm this from now on. I am not that person. I am this. This is my life from now on. And that's it. When you keep reminding that to yourself and you actually believe it, that's the most important part. You actually need to believe that. You actually need to believe that you are that person. When you believe that, then everything becomes just easier overall. Let's say you had a bad day, you just felt super lazy or whatever, you just went through like a bunch of stuff. It's fine. We all go through those certain stuff. And you didn't do any good habits, it's fine. You did a lot of bad habits, it's fine. Completely fine for that day, okay? But for the next day, you don't miss twice. Never miss twice. Just do these very small steps and just keep doing them and never stop, okay? It's like when a rocket is flying towards the moon to escape the atmosphere. It doesn't pause halfway up the sky, doesn't it? No, it keeps going. So when you pause at the halfway, it doesn't work like that. You have to keep going. If you miss a day, it's fine. Just don't miss it twice. Just keep going no matter what. And I'm 100% sure you'll get where you want to get. You might feel resistance. You might feel some resistance to start. And it's normal at first. But that resistance becomes easier after a while when you do it. The hardest step ever is the first step. So when you take that first step as fast as possible, you're going to actually start the ball rolling. So don't wait for tomorrow. Start today.